National Girls and Women in Sports Day celebrates the accomplishments and progress of women playing, coaching, and working in sports. This day honors the narrative that women belong in all aspects of sports. Former Temple volleyball standout Alyssa Drachslin was a distinguished leader in college, serving as the primary student-athlete voice for the American on the NCAA Division I Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Leader is now in her job title at her alma mater, serving as the coordinator for leadership and professional development for student athletes. I now have the pleasure to welcome Alyssa into the American studios. Alyssa, what did you love about college athletics as a student athlete that made you want to come back and work full-time and have it as a career?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my student athlete experience here at Temple, and I had a really fortunate opportunity to come back and create an impact in the program that kind of shaped who I became. I think just being a part of this community was something that I wasn't expecting in either collegiate athletics, but also within this Temple community. And feeling that and feeling the power of that, being empowered throughout my 4 years to be as involved as I can and make as big of an impact as I can, and that kind of come in full circle with the addition of this position within the Resnick Center, and being able to start and create a program for my alma mater. So quite a fortunate experience for me.
What does your day-to-day look like working in student athlete development?
Yeah, so I'm in charge of our career and leadership initiatives. So in starting this program and really trying to build out some of the different pieces to help our student athletes be more prepared for life after college. So that can vary from day to day. I can have, anywhere from 20 different students in my office running around with resume reviews and working on some of the more career specific things. Building out our leadership program has also been a point of pride for this position as well, and trying to impact our students and understanding and shaping their knowledge around the leadership on the court, on the field, on the water, and kind of applying that elsewhere. So from resume workshops, career events, to leadership activities in our course for leadership in sport. And so the change of the day-to-day is awesome, but I feel fortunate to be an additional resource for our students to add to their experience.
And to be doing all of this back at your alma mater, you graduate from Temple in 2016. What was your path really to bring it back full circle?
Yeah, so a lot of things went the right way for me, and really just taking advantage of opportunities that presented themselves. So I graduated in 2016 with my master's in globalization and development communication, where I specifically studied a lot of sport for development and understanding how sport can be utilized as a powerful tool to create sustainable change in different communities. And I think from that moment, kind of combined with my NCAA experience, helped me understand that it's not just the community of sport that I was in, but that the idea of sport itself is very powerful and can create this change in various communities, and impactful and important change as well. And so from there, I was able to, secure an opportunity that helped me create those in my first position outside of undergrad, where I was creating international internship opportunities for student athletes, specifically creating those, hopefully once in a lifetime experiences for students while they're traveling, and getting to partner with different organizations as well to kind of bring that together. And then again, bringing it back full circle here in being able to create and help our student athletes also value, the power of their sport, but then creating hopefully some positive global citizens throughout our Temple experience.
The power of sports, for those of us that work in it and play it, we certainly understand that. For you, how early were you able to really find your purpose in sports? What age?
Well, I was a young athlete, started in a lot of different sports, probably from the age of 3, I would say, and really dabbled in a lot of different experiences, and was really drawn towards the competitiveness. I'm an extremely competitive person. And so kind of following that passion and that path throughout, young adulthood, and really just, again, taking advantage of opportunities and deciding that, I did want to play at the highest level that I could achieve, and getting the opportunity to play here at Temple was definitely shaped, again, my understanding of seeing how big sports can really impact communities around you.
You also had the opportunity while you were at Temple to be a great leader off the court as well for the American, being the NCAA Division I SAC rep for the conference. How were you able to use your voice as a woman in sports to make a difference?
Yeah, it was an incredible experience for me. I think professionally, I think back to that time a lot. As a student athlete, sometimes you go through and, you go where you're told to go and you're working as hard as you can to succeed on the court, on the field. But kind of being able to step behind the scenes and seeing the system that's built for you and the people that are there advocating for you was really a transformative experience for me. So getting to be in those rooms, had the opportunity to serve on the Committee on Women's Athletics, seeing the decisions that are made to be inclusive and to have an inclusive structure and organization for our student athletes. And then, getting to see in the conference meeting rooms, sitting next to the SWAs who are making the decisions, down to the scheduling details, and getting to really find my voice in that and see and understand the true structure behind everything, and how there are women behind the scenes that are building this for our student athletes to succeed.
How did that experience of being on SAC and also just having been a student athlete yourself, how is that helping you and really translating and giving you the unique perspective in your job working one-on-one with student athletes every day now?
Yeah, so I like to think it gives me a lot of great relevant experience in my position today, and I draw back a lot on it. I think one thing that I would highlight is just the empathy for our students. As somebody working in student athlete development, it's a lot on the scheduling, and you're continuing to ask students to invest more in themselves. And I think understanding where the skill sets are that they're already learning is something that I can kind of draw to, understand, and help them feel comfortable and empower them to use that when they're advocating about their career and leadership skills, and really helping them kind of connect the pieces and being able to connect with the students and understanding that, I've been in your shoes before and this is how I successfully have done this, and being able to find the right people who want students like our students to be working with them and developing those characteristics and skill sets.
With all these past opportunities and experiences that you've had, what's the single biggest piece of advice that you would give young women who want to work in sports in their future? What would you say to them?
It's a great question. I would really rely on the power of network. Find the people that are rooting for you and don't be afraid to say yes. The more you say yes to different opportunities, the more opportunities will present themselves. And I think really if you're looking to get into sports, understanding what your passion is within that, and then continuing to really go after it.
Alyssa, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Really great advice and loved hearing your story. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.